And welcome to the game.
Session.
We are up to session number 15.
Yay! Sorry.
And we have our online messenger, Mark, who's going to introduce his character.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I was thinking about this.
What were you going to send next?
I'm playing the wonderful, great, superb Piper. So, who very much thinks that she is wonderful at the moment. So.
Is Kyanna spelled with 2 A's and 2 N's?
Yes. I did like double check.
And so, also online today we have Ross, who hopefully is available.
Always.
Maybe on mute. So we'll move over to Stefan. And Stefan is currently a little quiet but travelling.
Yes.
So he might be more listening than contributing today, depending on how much volume he can get in.
Piper's happy to take over Stefan's character if he's happy with that.
There was a yes. I did hear a yes. And then I heard the evil laughter, so I think the plan has been set. So, today at the table we have Kesley.
Hi, I am playing Kyanna, the martial artist of the group, and now sector ranger of the group. AKA, I'm in charge now. Deal with it. but not really. That's not Kyanna. So she is the reluctant leader who is doing her absolute best to fulfill her duty in becoming the said sector ranger and being in charge of these crazy people that she has been charged with.
Crazy people.
And then we have Ariadna.
So I'm Kyanna True Striker, also known as Thea. I am currently just a straight ranger. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
But I still proudly link myself to my clan. Sorry, my brain's not working very well.
Good.
AKA very jealous of Kyanna's vibro sword, but I want a vibro axe anyway, so that's not me saying sour grapes at all.
We'll see how much one costs. How about that?
And
actually, I think I've
Ross
asked
will
him
get
our
to us when
equipment
he
for something
can.
that's a lot more expensive.
So, characters have been busy. They spent last session talking to a bunch of Imperials at a gala in their honour, where Kyanna got put forward as the sector ranger for the people, as the person who looks after their needs instead of the Imperial military being in charge of the police force. It is the sector rangers who are in charge of the police, and the ones who get sent after the worst offenders. So as such, you
Squared one is what I want. Below it's how much it costs.
you have a character with a speeder with a droid brain.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The kit.
Yeah, little kit car.
Or what did we? I don't remember what we ended up calling it.
I don't think
it
he's
was
named it
I
yet.
think he was thinking of a name because,
Yeah.
you can't just go and name something. You really have to put some thought and effort
Yeah,
into
during
it.
the last session, I believe we called it Vex, but I think Stefan was.
He did
thinking
like
of
Vex, actually.
Yeah, think of a new name.
Traitor slave is the word that BB1 and Piper used. Well, Piper was actually rolling around on the ground laughing too much, so she didn't say anything to herself.
Yeah, Piper really did find it quite hilarious, especially when we had Kadkia have her car come around just so she could step into the car and then step out the other side.
Yep.
And then go into the building.
Yep.
That's just funny.
I worry about Kadkia's life tonight, but we'll see how it happens.
Well, we shall see how that turns out. So, Mark's character had the book. I will give Mark a chance to find out something before we continue with a perception roll for him.
Perception. Okay, so I have a perception of 2 and I'm cunning of 2.
Okay, so let's see if he finds something useful before the session starts. No, he does not. So he ends up starting the session with 1 strain and 2 failures.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So, I should have nothing then?
Not at this stage. It's always handy to have something useful pointed out before you put your foot in it.
Because BB1's not here tonight, BB1 has any sort of secret compartments I could hide the book in?
Okay.
Would I know that as a family member at all?
Not that you know of that actually is useful to put stuff in there.
Okay, I'm trying to think of I don't want to keep it on my body as such, but I don't want to leave it around lying around either, so I'm just
I'll
trying
hide it for you.
You don't know about it. Okay.
I know, but,
No, Piper's in a very untrusting mood at the moment.
I'm teasing, Mark. I really am.
Yeah, I know you are. It's all good.
Okay, so
B1 would appreciate being used as a personal library.
Yeah, but that's the point. He's not here tonight, so he can't object.
BB1 will do what Piper says BB1 does.
At
So-
least for tonight.
So while you're poking BB1, he goes into some sort of standby mode, and he's projecting something out of his
Oh,
hollow
no.
projector.
The Fabio and Piper moments, I'm guessing.
It's the same. This is a grandma picture of grandma saying, "You're my only hope." You know that? Anyway, sorry. I'll let you explain this, Martin. What do I see?
You just see this blurry mess on the wall.
Okay. I'm already regret this. I'm going to try to tap BB1 to adjust it. Does it make any difference?
Okay, so what is your mechanics?
It's going to come in here. It's going to be embarrassing.
Mechanics is a intelligence, is it?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to use intelligence 3 because I've got no mechanics. So, it always works if I tap BB on the side of the head. It always seems to work, especially if the projector's coming from the head. I assume it's from the head.
It is, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I said, it always works.
Do you wish to spend a force point?
Do I have a force point?
Everyone has a pool of force points that is shared.
Yeah, I would do that because I'm really keen for this thing.
Okay.
Come on, dice.
Okay, so you gain another strain with a failure. As static seems to be there more than actual picture.
Okay. I just look at BB1 going, used to be good at this. And I just...
So even with the force point, it didn't help.
No.
Are we all
This is him in
able
his
to see
room.
this, or just him in
This
his...
is him in his
so
room.
it's private.
Giving him a chance to find out something if he needs to.
Okay.
Um,
I was just going to support him if I could, but I'm good with not being there.
can I use a... this is going to sound really, really dodgy.
Yep.
I'm going to say, can I use a cool point saying, come on, BB1, you used to be cool.
Okay, so while you're saying that, you do notice that there is writing on your chest. Apparently, the wall he was trying to project it onto whatever it was onto a surface, and the wall was too far away.
Oh. Okay, this is PJ. I got to reframe the 3 comments I had in my mind just then. Okay, can I read upside down?
Quite possibly, can you? That's your choice to determine.
I found out I can read upside down
Can
and
I,
backwards.
if I move to the side, does it come on the other wall? Is it? Or?
It gets blurry on the other wall. It's too far away.
I kind of try to see if I can put a piece of paper and kind of hold it and look from the side kind of thing.
Paper doesn't exist?
No, it doesn't. Except, do you rip a page out of your book because that's the only paper you know of?
No.
With the back of
I'm going to use a pillow.
back of your data pad.
I don't have a data pad. What?
Yeah, you
Okay.
do.
What? No.
We share them, and you were working
Okay.
on one.
I'll try the back of the data pad, see if it comes up on there. If I use it, I'll try to find some sort of flat surface to be able to read it without looking upside down and try to see what's on my female chest at the time, kind of thing.
Okay.
You know you're gorgeous, but you don't need to verify that.
The fuck, I know that already.
Okay,
Just
so
gonna hold it. Okay.
you read the words "keep it secret, keep it safe," and you see a picture of your book.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Keep it secret, keep it safe, sorry?
Yep.
And
A picture of the book.
really, I know that. We've already discussed this in the...
Apparently, it's signed
Sometime-
your grandmother.
Are you mixing fantasy references into sci-fi?
Always. Star Wars is, science
Could be
fantasy.
So fancy, yes.
Thanks, Grandma. I look at BB1 with a real kind of really.
He's still in standby mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My precious.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'll look around the... do we have a safe in any of these rooms? Like each room has a safe or not?
I assume we'd have some sort of lockable...
They do, but only in the offices.
Yeah, I don't want this to be anywhere near anyone that might have... Yeah.
Unfortunately, you didn't sign up to be a ranger. You didn't get an office.
Yeah, it's fine. Do we have like cleaning bots that go through and clean the rooms regularly and stuff like that, or?
You're not sure. You haven't been here that long. This is your second day.
Just so
Evidence
you...
room. It's staying inside my
evidence room.
It's staying inside my jacket till I know I've got a safe spot for it.
Just so you know, Mark, if you asked me to store something in one of my locked thingies and not look at it, I'm loyal enough to family to just not look at it.
We might get there eventually, maybe
Yeah,
2-3
just
seconds.
keep
But
it. Keep your... I've got an office and a lock
I'm
door.
keeping it close to my chest at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably not a bad idea.
Though it is a fairly big book.
How big is
Okay,
it?
Bilbo.
It is probably...
Oh, how are you going to keep that in your...
Probably about that thick.
How big is it? How big is it?
Huge.
So you'd say probably be about that by that. Think big hardback.
Do you know those really big Macquarie thesauruses?
There you go.
I was
Okay.
thinking more of an atlas.
Oh, okay.
My
that's
Macquarie
a bit hard.
thesaurus is like this high and this wide and like this.
My leather jacket will be a little bit dodgy when I have that. So.
Yeah.
And each page is a work of art in itself.
Oh. I think he's got one of those tomes that
Yep.
the monks like to make.
Okay, I'm looking around the room, Martin. What do I see? Like, I see a bed. I see a
You see a
desk.
couple of beds in this room.
Anything else in this room at all?
There is a powered down droid.
Do they have bedheads? Would they be hollow on one side?
Possibly.
The only thing that you could probably do is stuff it inside the mattress.
Put it in the pillow.
Well, Martin just said the
Put it in the
bedheads
pillow.
are probably hollow, so you could make
Yeah,
like a
but-
secret space.
These mattresses, they would. This is going to be an interesting question because these mattresses, are they kind of foamy things where I can cut a slice in it and just stick a book in it?
They are foamy things, and yes, you could cut a section of it out for your book.
Okay, I get out my combat knife and do the. So I want just so I can, but also make sure the sheet's over it so it's not easy seen from outside. So
Okay, so this should be an easy task to do. So let's see if you can do it.
what do I need to give you for this?
Oh my god, it means that Piper is actually finally making her bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently you get one advantage, and you've managed to destroy your mattress.
Good job.
Oh. I still reckon the bedhead, since it's like hollow.
Well, he doesn't have a mattress anymore.
That's what I mean.
I swap beds with BB1 if he doesn't need a mattress.
It was actually set aside for another member of your group, but
Hopefully not me.
no, you got your own bed.
Good.
It would
Yeah.
be somebody who isn't a sector ranger.
I'm just gonna
Ah.
put it under the other mattress, which is now my bed.
Okay,
And
yep.
because I realised that this is going nowhere today, and I'm not going to get any closer to having a decent hiding spot. So I'm going to do the old put it under the mattress trick. So,
Okay, you managed to get it under the mattress with just a slight bump.
Yeah, what I do, I make sure I don't ruin it for obvious reasons. I do it properly, so I don't want to damage this anymore because I will definitely somehow get a message from Grandma saying, I saw what you did. So, yeah. So,
You get a
'cause
spanking.
she can foresight things, I know what they're expecting. So. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. So yes, after getting up and getting out, you each of you sees a. This is after you've had your morning breakfast, as told to you by Piper. No, not by Piper. By Kadkia and his car.
Yes. Vex.
You have another appointment appear on your schedule saying at 12 o'clock you have a briefing with Lieutenant Sandemo.
That was the forensics investigator, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
Sandemo. I just saw his name recently.
Yeah, he was the forensics investigator. He was also
Yeah,
at that.
he was
weird
nice to
party.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's cool with us.
Yeah.
So I will also, now that Ross is back, have Ross introduce himself and his character.
Yes, I am playing Khalid, the Enforcer, who's now Ranger. And no longer has to worry about killing off a certain party member because he now, with the new information, in his eyes, is basically exonerated that certain person and has cast eyes on another person instead. Is probably more happy to.
Is it good or bad that I'm completely lost?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes.
And I've also now got a family heirloom,
Oh,
which
fun.
I'm trying to get in touch with my head family to advise them about it and ask what they want me to do with it. Problem is, I don't trust sending it to them, so they might have to come to me, or I might have to go to them, but I don't have a spaceship. And I don't have, a year to travel around to get to them.
There's Okay, so you have about an hour or so before you're due to meet up for your briefing. Do you wish to get anything done in that time?
So, is the meeting here or is the meeting in the city?
The meeting is in the offices where you're living in the city.
So it's
Cellular briefing
is it?
room.
Can I go to my office area or wherever I can look up information and just refresh my memory about Sandemo, and like I remember he's that guy, but you know, maybe just look up if he's got a bio or something through the official records, which I didn't have access to previously.
Okay, let's see how good you are at looking
Lieutenant
him up.
Sandemo.
So I believe your computing is only 2 dice at this stage. This should be based on intellect.
Yeah, my intellect's 2. And
Do you have
I don't
anything
think
in
I can.
computers?
Sorry,
There's a section for computers. Do you
Yeah,
have
she
anything
wouldn't
in that?
have any
pretty sure I
ranks in it
don't.
yet.
I think all of my stuff is into like piloting and
Yeah.
shooting things.
Okay,
Sounds like my life goals.
so looking things up, you seem to be able to find details on him.
Yep.
You bring up his Imperial record.
Yep.
He's known for doing thorough, high-profile investigations,
So well respected.
and so
High
far,
profile.
has not been killed for any of his high-profile investigations.
That is impressive. Do I get a sense that he's like a stand-up guy then? Like not corrupt and stuff.
Hard to tell. He has been a lieutenant for apparently 10 years.
Okay, that's a long time to be a lieutenant.
It is.
But he's probably staying there so he can keep doing that sort of work, which suggests to me that he's got a passion for his job.
Or he's too good at his job.
Too good at his job. Yeah.
He's too
Yeah.
at his job that they can't risk moving him up.
Yeah, if they move him up, they'll not be able to replace him. All right. I gather I can't get anything more from that.
He has been stationed on Elrood for about a year now, investigating various things that have been happening on the planet.
Okay. So high-profile cases. 10 years.
And he
And-
has been attached to Thrawn.
He's attached to
probably,
Thrawn.
Admiral Thrawn for the last 5 years.
Wow, okay. That's good to know. I will pass that details up to, if I'm in the same room, I'll relate that to Peoples, and if not, I'll find Peoples and relate that to them.
I believe Kyanna has been given a list of items that need to be purchased. So if Kyanna has time before this appointment at noon,
Betty!
she would go get whatever items that people requested.
Wouldn't you get Betty to get them?
I
She's
could
your,
get Betty to
number
get
one.
them, but it would take longer. But she would get them cheaper.
Yeah.
But if I go,
If they're in stock, you can pick it up today.
I can pick it up now.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Do you want company?
Yeah, for sure. You can come along, and I believe
I like to go
also
shopping.
I'll invite Piper and Khalid.
Shopping
and
we will go.
Sorry.
Everybody, shopping montage.
I might have sent Kisley pictures.
So there's a montage of me training on lots
This
of
is
different guns.
I
yeah.
don't think it's actually Sandy. I just realised after I sent it, but yeah, it's so good.
I think it is. This
I think it
is
is,
what
too.
Mark sent me. He wants an outfit like this.
Nice.
So I think, at least, Kyanna's plan would be get the very certain items that each party member wants, and then with the rest of the money, tell Betty stock up on the rest of the essentials, I guess.
Okay, so which place did you want to head to first? Because there are quite a lot of companies in the area who have outlets.
Sure. Let's go to. Would there be a gunnery?
There is the local branch of weaponry known as Ikar Arms,
Okay.
who specialize in knives, swords, and ceramic armor.
That's pretty cool. I was thinking more.
Very, very Klingon-esque.
Yeah. Would there be a good place for to get the stuff for Kadkia's
Kadki's sniper?
sniper rifle?
Yes, I'm sure they have an outlet of Suzuka nearby.
Oh, okay.
they got? Oh, those ones do have on the shelf a underbarrel flame projector and an underbarrel grenade launcher.
Oh,
That's cool.
Cadkia is drooling.
Nope. I don't think that's what we're looking for, but if Kadkia came with us on this excursion,
They do have a bipod mounted there as well.
we would need the bipod, yes.
Okay. Only sets you back 150 credits.
Okay.
So are you keeping math somewhere?
Somewhere,
Of
yeah.
our 10,000?
Yeah.
I'm sure you have someone in the background whisper, well, if we were on a call, we would only spend 100 for that.
Mm.
Do they have a 3-point sling or a telescopic optical sight?
They do not have one there, but I will see what else to do. You might have one of those. Where have we got it? Your weapon modifications. Telescopic optical sight. You want to go to a Meson or a... I think they're the only ones out here. I don't think Zecon Optics would have their own outlet here.
Okay.
But Meson, being one of the bigger blaster manufacturers, have a outlet in every major sector.
Okay.
So walking in there, it makes the other place look like it had nothing. So you've got all these kits for upgrading weapons and items, and the telescopic optical sight is sitting here on the shelf for 400 credits.
For 400 credits?
Yeah.
Could I try negotiating that down?
You could.
Alright. I think I have one in negotiation, but only 2 in presence.
Am I able to
do you
assist?
do you have presence?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I've got presents.
Yeah.
I've got 3 presents and 4 willpower, so pretty sure 3 presents is not so bad.
3 presents is not so bad. And who has negotiation?
I have one
You
negotiation.
have one negotiation.
Is that negotiation? I have negotiation as well.
Do you?
I don't know if that helps.
Which means that I will give you 1 blue dice to say you've
Alright,
got the assist of that.
cool.
You don't provide a dice assist, you just provide an assistance.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently you were fairly successful.
Yay.
This is something from the dark side. Really
So,
good.
1 success and 1 advantage.
Awesome.
That's how successful you were. So they're willing to take it from 450 down to 400.
That's something.
That's fine. Take it to 100. And then did they also have a 3-point sling?
It'll be under weapons.
It starts 400.
It starts at 250.
It does start at 250, yeah.
250, okay, right.
Yeah.
And 350.
Okay, so you find a nice tactical 3-point sling with the Merson logos embedded down the side of it.
Of course.
And this one's going for 50 credits. It normally goes for 100, but apparently someone had misspelled Merson
I like a deal. That sounds good.
and stamped it the entire way through this thing. So they're selling their slight knockoff Merson slings.
If I offer to wear like a cap or t-shirt with their logo on it, will they drop the price anymore?
That they just look at you and go and saying, "Well, this is."
I'm a
already
sector
displayed."
ranger. I can get you a lot of promotion.
Oh.
Like, I patrol a lot, so I'm seen, not corrupt shit.
That sounds a bit like
Just that
sport,
I'm
doesn't
on
it?
patrol, therefore I'm out and about a lot, therefore lots of people will see me, therefore they get good promotion.
I'm not here anyway.
So they just look at you and say that they don't want trouble with Imperial officials
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
That's true.
for bribery.
Yeah. But we'll take the.
I wasn't trying to bribe them.
I know. If they were seen to have been paying you for that, they can be taken in for
Yeah, wearing
bribery.
a t-shirt be considered payment.
For a official.
It would be bribery.
Would it?
Yeah.
Really?
Technically.
Okay. Seems
could-
fairly harmless to me, but okay.
That's the same with getting the free meals at the cafe.
Oh yeah.
The difference would be
I must
if
be
you-
corrupt
if-
without knowing it.
If you're a sporting celebrity,
Yeah.
no problem. But because you're a government official,
Some law. Yeah,
in
okay.
that, point, then
Yeah.
this guy is
I-
enough with his laws.
I will stop trying to cultivate
Lawbreaking.
freebies from people that could be considered bribes because I'm naive.
That's okay. Some people will expect a lot more in return than you'd probably be willing to give them.
Yeah. So I'll be aware of. I am educated now. I will be less
You can
naive.
imagine the call late in one morning going, I've got this problem with the police who pulled me over for drink driving. You know that free cap I gave you?
Shit, I'm not going to let them off any drinking things.
Piper taps her on the shoulder and says, I've got your covered.
So we'll take the sling for 50 credits. Does anybody else need anything from here?
I'm not sure. It depends on if I get what's on my wish list.
What is on your wish list?
Well, on my wish list, the biggest thing was an ionization blaster, but it is 1150.
1150?
Yeah, but I'd be happy if that was all I got.
Do you Piper hear this out loud? Does she say that? Or? She
but
does. I give her a hug instead. So does that count?
if I can't have it, I'm fine with that as well.
I think.
Well, an ionization blaster.
Yeah.
They're only 250 credits.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to work out what
Well,
the hell were you trying to get. You're probably thinking of a heavy-duty vehicle-mounted thing by the sound of
Yeah,
things.
I'm.
Yeah.
Well, this is my first time picking
All
out
good.
equipment on my own. Stefan did help me a bit, but pain brain. So 250. There you go.
But they do have a special going for 300.
Oh, only.
Only 300.
Almost free today.
Normally they sell ionization blasters out here in the outer rim, as they say it, for 400.
Out here in the ghetto.
Remember, you've got import duty.
Piper will just tap Kyanna on the shoulder and say, look, if there's extra money, I don't mind. And I show her my slug-proof pistol. I said, it's not really much, but if you've got extra money, I won't say no. But my priority is my leather pants. So.
Yes, of course. People, trust me, people make sure we are all fashioned out.
You do see on the shelf there, they've got this thing called spray-on clothes.
Spray on clothes. How much is that?
With the whole thing of you cannot get better figure hugging than this
How much-
on the can.
How much is it?
Oh, that is $10 a can.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you don't want that stuff because that doesn't come off.
Now, has anyone seen the Friends episode with Ross wearing leather pants or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I looked through my gifts when I sent Kesel just before.
Yeah.
And that came up, and I didn't want to send that because I thought that's too weird to send. So.
Oh shoot, that one's
Yeah,
too weird to
especially when you
say.
put water with talcum powder. That's
So I
just
did.
You can
all I
see
said
his
was
limits.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll take one of those ionization blasters for 300.
Yep.
The other things that I've got on here that might be useful as a group or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Long range comlink instead of the short range one. So if we're on either side of the town, we can.
Do we have? I thought we had long range.
Did
You
we
had
get
someone with a hollow link, but they've
Oh.
walked off with it.
Okay.
And you've got the short range ones, which go for 50 kilometers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the long range ones will go quite a lot further.
aren't the long range ones backpack?
I don't know what any of this looks like, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so the long range one is basically bigger than a blaster.
Oh.
Oh wow. Well, maybe not.
And well, it takes 2 encumbrance.
Could it
It is something that you can quite easily fit on a hip.
Could we put it like in a
Yeah,
our
a big
vehicle
walkie-talkie.
so that if we
You
needed
could
as
put
vehicle
it. You could put it in
equipment-
your vehicle. Yes, you can also wear it off your belt or
Okay. If I can wear it off my belt or something like that, that'd be fine.
or add it to a harness or a backpack.
Well, I was
or
going to
something.
ask if I could get a harness for my blaster so that I can have my hands free when I'm not having to shoot things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much harnesses cost, but could it also go on that harness if I got one?
Or I think that would be 2 separate ones.
I think you get one for each thing.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
You know that they do have this on sale, badly misspelled Mason harnesses going for 50 credits each instead of 100.
Would that be alright?
Yeah, I'm buying all the stuff on sale.
So I put that down as by 3 then.
Buy three of them?
Yep.
Sweet, okay.
And is that a yes then on the long range Comlink?
I guess do we need 2 of those for it to work right? Or
You just need
the one and it hooks up to the short range?
It would be, you could hear it on the other comm links, but then you wouldn't be able to send back communication.
Okay. Honestly, I think that's
Not right now? Put it on
that's
back burner?
fine. Maybe.
So,
What do you guys think? Should we get the long range so that we can send out messages, but then not everyone will be able to?
The vehicle will also have a long range in itself.
Does it?
Not all of them do.
Does our big
It's
speeder
a
tank thing
it's
have
a
it?
police vehicle. so
Your
it should
police
have it.
vehicle does.
Right. So if people were with our vehicle and we had the long range scanner, then we could
They
keep
can
in
go
touch
back
that
and
way.
forth. Okay, we'll get one, I guess. How much were they?
They sell you the long range scanner from Mason with the set going for 250 credits.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
that's fine.
And these are just suggestions, but do we want an electronic lock breaker? Actually, no, that's really expensive. We don't want that. Maybe some restraining bolts for droids because we don't have.
Extra.
I'm going to ask a question for everyone. So, who's got what weapon content? So we probably want a mix of like weapons.
Well, I got a
altogether.
blaster pistol, a gaffy stick, and an ionization blaster. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have a light blaster, pistol, a vibro sword, and a truncheon.
Now I know Stefan's got the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
so you know, Piper really doesn't have a lot. She only has a combat 9 and a slug throw pistol, so very because of lack of money for her family.
I think
So-
Piper needs a.
Maybe we should get
blaster.
her a decent something.
Well, you can buy her a light blaster pistol with stun only for 150 credits.
That's what I was looking at because I saw that when I looked through the light blaster pistol, that you can have a passive stun. Is that the one
would
I'm
you
talking about?
put it as stun only because she's not an official ranger?
Yeah, I think that's good. Because I'm not an official ranger, I'm a bounty.
Well, is that one that you can probably get away with instead of being a standard blaster?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I
And-
have no objections to Pipe having decent weapons.
So,
And if
with
she
these
doesn't have
guns,
armor,
stun
I've got no
on-
objections to that
Okay,
too.
so 150.
So with the stun only blasters, are they brightly painted or something like that to show that they're stun only?
It's orange on the tip.
I'm sure they would be.
Yeah, because the one I was looking at, and it was off Martin's website, was the light blaster pistol, which has a stun passive. And because of the size of it, based on the description, it's usually a good one to, like, just show that, not show that you've got a firearm, but just something very light that you could actually hide under a jacket or something like that.
So you know the one
yeah.
Princess Leia uses in A New Hope?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's a light blaster pistol, even though it's almost as long as her forearm.
Oh, okay, maybe.
You can put your hair up in buns on either side.
The one you're talking about is called a Holdout Blaster.
Yeah, but those only got a certain amount of shots, doesn't it?
They do. So as a comparison, the Holdout Blaster has
What's that sound?
Oh, sorry, that's my mum. That's my phone, sorry.
Yeah.
So the main thing for the Holdout Blaster is it gives you a bonus to hiding it while you're wearing
stuff that might be useful for the whole team to share.
Okay.
So you don't have to get any of it, but maybe it's something that we want to discuss. And considering you're the group leader, you can decide if any of that it would be useful.
Why don't you ask the others what you on that list
Okay,
what you
so-
want? I'm just going to go to the bathroom while you do so.
Not a problem.
Stefan and I got together because I didn't know what I was looking at, and I put together a list of stuff that might be useful for the group to share. So some of the things on that list are things like stun grenades, extra binders, some restraining bolts, because, you know, if we have to take more than one droid down, that'd be handy. A med pack for our vehicle, like a proper one, and then maybe an emergency one that's like carry-on.
I've got a med pack.
Yeah, but if we get split up, having a med pack in the vehicle wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, but you were wanting to get another one, so...
Yeah,
Yeah, you got one in the vehicle, but then you said you wanted to get another one.
but are we going to be guaranteed to be together all the time? So if you've got a med pack, right, and you don't come out with me and Cadkia when we go and arrest someone, and we get injured, so
Yeah,
the
that's what
idea
we do.
is, you know, just some
Just
simple...
make sure if you're going to get a med pack, you're going to get some stim packs as
Yeah,
well.
well, that's next underneath it is stim packs. Then I was thinking, like, we were out in the middle of nowhere, maybe it'd be worth having some glow rods for light that don't cost, like, any energy to run. But mainly it was the med packs and the stim packs. And Stefan was telling me about a toolkit that we could get for the vehicle. Like it's a bigger toolkit and it's got more stuff in it for if we want to gadget something up.
Well, you can get a toolkit specifically for vehicles, a toolkit for droids,
Yeah,
a
that's
toolkit
it. A
for
toolkit
weapons,
for the
a toolkit
vehicle we were looking at might be really helpful for, like, when we had to climb up that cliff, it would have had bits that we could steal from it and, like, MacGyver it into, you know, stuff that we could find useful and stuff.
There's talents for that.
Yes.
Anyway, so if you guys are open to any of that, that's cool.
I'd probably, if you're going to go for also the heavy rifle and things like that, probably an extra reload won't hurt.
Reload for the ionization blaster.
Well, for any guns that you want, because if you roll, there's normally a despair that gives you the out of ammo thing.
Okay, alright.
And there are other things that can give you the outer ammo as well. I think it's 3 or 4 threat disadvantage.
Yeah, so a reload would be good.
Okay.
But I'm happy for the group to decide if they want a med pack for the vehicle and a toolkit for the vehicle. But I wouldn't mind a little med pack for myself with some stim packs. Just in case I have to catch someone falling off a cliff again.
Let's see. This shop.
Those sort of things you could quite easily requisition through the
We could
ranges.
requisition?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put requisition on all of those.
Yeah.
You'd
that
probably
could be,
go for the meds, the stim packs, the reloads, that sort of thing. You'd
That'll
be able
probably
to.
be all. We'll
Okay.
leave Betty in charge of those.
And then reloads as well. And would that be the toolkit for the vehicle as well?
Though the toolkit you'd probably want to buy yourself because
Okay.
that would be along the lines of what sort of toolkit do you want? Do you want a toolkit for a starship, a toolkit for a vehicle, a toolkit
It was
for
for
weapons?
our vehicle, our main vehicle.
Then it would be basically designed for vehicle maintenance and repairs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, we don't want to be stuck out in the middle of the desert with no way to repair it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we can requisition the other stuff, the only thing I'd recommend is the repair toolkit for the vehicle.
Yep.
And I'm happy with just my ionization blaster and some reloads.
Yep. So then we got Piper.
Piper just piped up that
Okay.
she wouldn't mind the holdout blaster instead of the light blaster,
Okay, cool.
which
Okay.
Yeah, because I just read the description and it's a smaller blaster, which is
Okay.
because Piper's
costs you 50 more credits
really not a bounty as a not a
Smaller
sector ranger
blaster costs
stuff.
50 more credits.
because it's easier to hide.
Yeah, and Piper
She's
doesn't want to
she's
be
wearing
taken.
spray-on pants. She doesn't have a lot of places to hide things. And I'm really sure that
PG,
to
yeah. I'm going to say PG stuff. I'm not
to
gonna say anything else.
paraphrase Deadpool, storing it in your back pocket is probably not what she wants to do.
No.
No, what about a hand flamer? Gauntlets. Flamer gauntlets.
I'm biting my tongue for every single comment that you're saying right now, everyone. Just letting you know.
Shock gloves.
Hiding shock gloves would hurt.
If this was a Wednesday night game, I would have said a lot more by now, nothing knows, so I'm going to hold back on what these comments.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry,
I think the
couldn't
martial
help.
artists might want to get some shock gloves.
Yeah,
Possibly.
if those are available.
Let's see. What have we got on our mess on list? They wouldn't have any shock gloves on that section, so let's see now brawl weapons. You'd have to go somewhere else to get shock gloves because they don't deal in brawl based weapons.
That's fine.
Only blade based.
Yep.
Okay.
And vibro blade based, not non-vibro. They deal in tech weapons, and the shock gloves are just not tech enough for them to care about. Yet the Carillion
unless
people
you
love
can use
them.
it from range.
Okay. I think we're done with this shop, and then we can go to another one.
Okay.
Is there like a clothes specific shop, or does each shop have clothes?
Most of them will have clothes that are branded in that company's personal
Yeah.
logo stuff.
That's what I thought.
So instead of the Nike and that, you have like Maison,
Okay.
and the cheaper clothes are the ones where they've also misspelled them.
We're only getting misspelled clothes.
Can we
Okay.
engrave the weapons?
Piper, do you have any particular brand you would like?
I'm sure you can engrave the weapons, but you'll have to have a weapons kit to do so. Weapons toolkit.
I was just thinking.
That would
voice
be
use
bad
first or
to have a
something.
weapons toolkit.
Sorry, Kiana. What did you say? I apologise.
I honestly don't remember. To be honest. Oh, do you have a certain brand that you wish to
Display everywhere.
display in your clothing?
Brand.
So just there is a company page on the site you can go to, which will.
Give me a couple seconds. I'm going to the equipment thing and brand.
This is like how I picked my horse for today's race. I just found the coolest named one.
I'm sure MobiQuet would be one of the places you'd like to have the logos for, in case you can get free speeder bike parts or.
There you go.
So I saw the Mandalorian one. Yeah, this is the one with the Mandalorian tag code. Is that all the stuff you're talking about?
That one there. But the Mandalorian don't have a shop here.
Okay, so give me a second. I'm just going to check what each tag code. Food distribution. Doesn't sound like a private thing. The Terrinoth Syndicate.
I'm sure the slavers will have no problem with you wearing their clothing symbols.
Imperium Department of Military Research.
I'm sure you can go around wearing that and have no problems whatsoever.
The options give me a very strange one. I'm just going. What's the Terrinoth? That's the syndicate, isn't it?
Terrinoth Syndicate are known for slavery.
Yeah, no. There's definitely a no. So Tagco, Tagco looks like the better one, I don't know.
Yeah, Tagco. So you know the guy who ran the Death Star?
Tagco?
Tarkin.
Tarkin, yeah.
Yeah, Tagco is his family.
Petroleum and environmental.
So yes, I have no problem with you wearing Tagco gear anywhere you wish to.
No, I'm going to go with the petroleum environmental. Because that seems to be the most neutral one I could find out of all of them, man. Each of them going in like left, right, backwards, reverse. And it's like, I'm going, that one's purely just a company from Tatooine that does environmental things. So it's like, I thought, that sounds the most.
So you find one of their stores and get their nice little pretty logo on their gear.
Yeah, so I'm looking for some leather pants. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how tight does she want to go. No, leather pants are tight usually anyway, so... But enough that I don't have to use cream to take them off, if that makes sense, Martin. So, yeah.
That's okay. They say their leather pants are so stretchy it protects you.
Okay. I'm looking for something that matches my jacket.
It'd be very hard because that fluoro orange is very hard to find.
No, so I'm just looking for... So it's definitely going to be black, so it's orange black. So definitely black leather pants.
Yep.
But can I find... Yeah, just like black leather pants. I don't want to look at any colours on it, but I want to have the logo maybe down the sides of the pants.
Well, you got these black leather pants with big logos over the butt.
Lime green.
Lime green logo over the butt.
Kyanna, I want you to do that to me.
It's cute. Trust me.
Is the logo like, hand symbol or?
Oh, it's the full name, Pretormin Environmental. So
Is
two lines.
Is it kind of done like in a hand kind of thing, so it looks like a hand kind of print?
I'm sure you'll imagine it so.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Yeah. But yeah.
Not sure why you want hands on your butt, but that's up to you.
Oh, well, Kyanna suggested it, so I'm going to go with it. So.
I only said the color.
She did. You suggested that.
She said it had to be the butt. That's what I thought. That's all I know.
No, I just said it had to be lime green.
I said the name was over the butt.
Martin
Okay.
delegated location.
But look, if the Martin says so, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay,
So it only costs you 25 credits to sponsor them in such a way.
Can I get 2 pants then?
Sure, you get a lime green and a hot pink.
Yeah, hot pink's for dates. Gotcha.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
And it's so hot that it actually glows in darkness.
Yeah. Okay, this is good. Yeah, they're for outings, not okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
Well, they do mix their cyber with their wear.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of it, because that and the blast. Yeah, I didn't need much at all. Piper had some other stuff to do with something else, but she's not right here right now.
So the other thing you do find out is the pants doesn't come with pockets.
Oh,
Sounds like most girls'
I've
clothes.
got pockets in my jacket, don't I?
You do.
I think I do. As long as there's enough pistol in there, I'm okay. So,
Is that a pistol in your pocket or are you happy to see it?
Aha.
Hey, PG, darling, PG, thank you.
It was a pistol.
That's good, it was a pistol.
Oh goodness. Cool. So, did Piper need anything else at this point? Or does she want to allocate the rest to whatever Betty can get?
Now, does anyone else know that I had that, did I show anyone the medal that I got, Martin? From
You did not.
Best code all?
You did not.
No, okay. I won't mention it then. Okay.
Perhaps Piper may want some kind of book bag.
A
safe.
Yeah, a book bag. Be very helpful.
Okay.
Maybe one with a lock on it.
Thank you. Even that no one knows about it at the moment, but I might say, look, I'm looking for a little kind of, I suppose.
Not little.
What does it look like?
A satchel.
Satchel.
So you find something that can hold a walkie-talkie.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking for a satchel that fits a certain size, Martin. You know.
I know.
And so I'm looking for some sort of satchel that I can put something in, I think, but maybe with a little lock on it, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure how much.
Okay, so what is Piper's deception roll?
It's cunning, I assume too.
It is.
Can I use cool or charm, or is that going to be too?
No, this is deception because you are technically lying. But try not to tell them what it is.
Cunning two. That's all I've got.
Okay. In which case, it would be a perception roll for them to figure out what's going on. So, what is Kyanna's perception?
It is. I have 2 in perception. Sorry.
2 ranks?
Yeah, 2 ranks.
Okay. So that does make it an interesting roll of sense.
Yep.
Okay, so apparently Kyanna has absolutely no idea what you're referring to, and doesn't twig that it's the book, and helps you find a satchel of the right size.
Yeah, so I tell her that it's actually it's a special manual that BB1 had that he, when I first met BB1 as a child, and it's actually tells me how to fix BB1. I'm looking for someone.
A BB1 instruction manual.
What's the book?
Yeah, repair manual. Yeah. And I said it might come in handy based on previous experiences. I thought it might be good to, have that something handy when we need it, kind of thing.
Though you do have Kyanna ask you what's a book.
I know, but if she asks, if it comes up, that's what I'm going to use for it. Okay, so even then I did roll really, really well, which is surprising how they do. So
it does happen. That's why they're called narrative dice. You never know what's going to happen until you roll.
Yep.
And that's right.
And that's why when you have opposed rolls, it can
I
be
just display it to her.
Yeah.
Does that look cool with the leather jacket and the leather pants? Yeah.
Of course you look cool.
I think so. I think I look like a pretty snazzy little bounty hunter. So yeah. And Piper goes, I'm good now.
Does that mean someone's going to go and get some customized pants for Piper that says bounty over a butt?
Haha. That would be great.
I kind of want some go home and relax like pajama pants with bounty on one leg and hunter on the other one.
Be cool.
Let's say I'm gonna hear this out loud, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh. What? Do you really think I should go that way? Because is that being too kind of modest? I think on this whole thing. I'm asking the party here now.
What's this with your skin tight clothing?
What's the approximate price of customized clothing?
Oh, they can set you back anywhere from 100 to 1,000 credits per item.
I think Piper got enough clothes for today.
Okay.
When you see the full, you can get a couple of sets of clothing for about 50 credits each.
Yeah.
When you're then spending 1,000 credits on a single item, it does seem a bit excessive.
Yeah, that's a bit excessive. Go ahead.
Don't bounty on the real Piper pants.
Stefan
really?
got with some nice stuff there.
Yeah.
I think I've already been taken, Cat here. I don't need to go that far. I had to impress anyone. What the way you think you
So bounty collected on your butt then?
No, look, as I said, I just have the logo on my butt as per description of my butt, so I'm happy with that.
Okay.
With the hands added in by Mark.
So I think that's everything for Piper, yeah?
Piper's cool. She's got a pistol, got 2 leather pants. She's good.
Okay. Did Khalid need anything else?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. And then I believe we got everything.
Well, if I get anything else, I'll be encumbered.
Oh, okay. And then I think we got everything for Kia as well, unless Stefan said anything else. Other than the list
he
you guys
got the
had.
sniper.
Yep,
thing,
we got all the stuff for
and
the
he
sniper.
wanted like an upgrade or 2 to that, which I think you got him as well.
Yeah, we got each of the 3 things.
Well, he hasn't got any upgrades on them yet because you have to pay for that separately.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
When they're adding the item, they get to upgrade it at that point.
Okay, so at some point I know that Cadkia wants to do some
Okay.
upgrades to that, so maybe keep some money aside for that.
Okay.
And I say what Cat is here. Do we need to maybe find a book that talks about how bad gambling is for Cat?
I don't think so. Although originally I was really against Cadkia gambling, I have seen the light. We got a free car. Well, she does. And, that could prove, useful for earning money.
Yeah, Piper does pipe up saying, there's always good, but there's always bad too. And I'm worried that it might swing the wrong way at one time rather than we don't want it to.
Well, we can keep an eye on her.
Okay, I just thought I'll put my 5 bobs in there. I'm just saying, as a
Piper is
know how
speaking
this
up
runs,
on
so
Cadkia's vice. Is what we're getting from this.
The recovering alcoholic
Yeah.
is saying that we should help the recovering or not recovering gambler.
This is what happens. Every time somebody gets into recovery, they always preach about how recovery is the best thing for them.
Exactly. Yeah.
when you say that and you feel tired, I have a little tear in her left eye because of that.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. And I just kind of kind of nudge Piper and is like, yeah, you know, we're joking, we're proud of you. We're just giving you a hard time.
And while you're doing that, you hear next door some celebrations going off, and someone's calling out of the bar, free round of drinks.
Can I just check on gear that we've got before we move on? So I got my ionization blaster, the harness, long range scanner, and some reloads.
Yep.
We requisitioned the reloads, and we were getting a med pack for the vehicle that we could requisition, and a toolkit for the vehicle that we can requisition.
You were going to buy that.
That's
So we have to buy
the
the
last thing we have to buy is the
so-
toolkit, and then everything else we'll set aside for Betty to get.
And what about a weapons toolkit? Do you
we
want
should
one
probably
of
get one of those too.
Okay. So they're just the two
have a
things.
really nice one on display.
How expensive are binders and restraining bolts?
They aren't too bad.
Because I wouldn't mind having a few of those. Because I've only got one set of binders, and I expect sometimes we might have more than one person that we've got to.
Yeah.
So just the second set wouldn't be bad for myself.
Where is my equipment? Communication.
And I don't think any of us got
practical,
restraining
poison,
bolts.
security.
So one or two of those would be probably good. I think they're only like 25 credits though.
Okay. Well.
Oh, I think I've got a couple. Mate. So I've got some bowlers. Binders. Is that the same
You
as
got
straight
binders? Yep.
Yeah,
Other
so toolkits generally go for 350. You would see one here probably at about 400.
Okay.
For weapons toolkit.
For both. Toolkits go for about 400, I think you're saying.
Normally they go for 350, so you'd see one here about going for
400. So
Okay.
400
Which
each.
would be a weapon one.
And then at this place they have just toolkit.
For weapons, because they don't actually do
Uh-huh.
vehicles.
Okay, so we have to go to a different place for the
For the
vehicle,
vehicle
toolkit,
toolkit.
but at this place 400 for that. Okay, we'll do
Okay,
that.
we've done that. Cool. So you said restraining bolts weren't that expensive?
Restraining bolts are not that expensive.
Because, my interaction with B1337 has made me a
Though
little bit
Kadkia
wary of
says he
droid-
wouldn't mind some
droids.
climbing kit.
Oh yeah, Kadkia doesn't have any climbing gear. So.
Neither do
So a restraining bolt generally goes for 35 credits, so you'd be able to buy one for 40 credits each.
Could I have one?
Yeah, we'll get two of those.
Okay.
So
So that was 40 each. Alright, that's
and
all.
then, I believe one of them said that they have, binders, and then,
Binders, normally go for about 25 each, so you can buy them for 30. without
yeah,
any real trouble.
I believe they had some, so I think good. Climbing gear.
Climbing gear. Where is our climbing gear? Climbing gear still fairly easy to get. Normally goes for about 50. Most people would sell it for about 60.
I've already got climbing
get-
gear, so I don't need it.
I don't, and Kaki doesn't, so
Yeah, okay,
we'll
so
get
2
two of
times.
those.
Do we have any stun grenades on us?
I had one, but I think I used it, so
We might want to restock
we'll
that.
get maybe 3 stun grenades, depending on how much they are.
Stun grenades are fairly easy to get. They generally go for about 75, so you would find them going for about 85 here.
85. Yeah, we'll get 3 of those.
Okay.
I'll carry that. 3 stun.
I'm happy with all of that.
Okay.
I don't want anything else. And thank you.
Wait. Sorry? Yes.
Yes, you have managed to do a decent run around, and then you get an alarm saying you've got about 10 minutes until you're due to show up.
Yeah, let's head back.
Sent by a certain vehicle.
Fix.
Okay, so we got everything, including the vehicle too. Okay, I assume. So we got all that. Head on back to the office.
Okay, so big bunch of things picked up, and all nice and shiny, all new, which is not too bad. Having to get things second hand isn't always fun, and you never know exactly what's happened to the previous occupant. So, as you pull in, you see that there is Lieutenant Sandemo just walking down the street towards the office.
So I've just looked back on my notes with Sandino. I actually got along really well with him. He gave me his card and stuff when I interacted with him and let me call him personally. So I've had a few personal interactions with him. So I would greet him in that manner, if that's appropriate. But after Kyanna greets him first, because she's my superior.
Yeah, I would greet him and welcome him up, and say, we'll meet.
So does everyone remember who Sandemo is?
I think she's referring to Ross, Mark, and Stefan.
Yeah.
Some Empire guy.
Do you remember who Lieutenant Sandemo is?
I don't. You just look at Piper and just goes, whatever.
I was just happy to refresh the group, if they wanted.
Yeah.
So,
I was distracted that night.
One of our first assignments was about the destroyed radio station, and we ran into Lieutenant Sandemo at that time, and he helped us with that investigation. So he was a forensic examiner, but he was also at the Thrawn party. And was identified as the head of criminal investigation. And he's given us intel a couple of times to help us do our thing. He also helped us hand over El Capitano and get our bounty for that. So he's been very helpful to us.
Piper would remember that this the one that was looking for the person who got chucked off a roof kind of person?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Piper looks very stressed right now. Just put it out there. And I'll let Martin, if everyone wants to roll a perception look on Piper's deception, because she doesn't look really good right now. She's feeling like, I gotta beat this guy.
And Cadkier also got dragged into a recruitment speech with him.
So, just for Kyanna's perspective, you don't notice Piper's having any problems whatsoever, because apparently Piper managed to get 3 successes.
Oh gosh!
But Piper manages to also get 4 strain. So Piper may end up passing out sometime during tonight's storyline due to how much stress she's going through.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, he goes up to the briefing room with you and walks up to the center of the room and puts in his data chip into the console.
Piper's sitting in the darkest corner she could find in the room, okay? If there's a possible way that Piper can sit in the dark corner, she'll sit in the dark corner right now.
And the lights in the room go down as he brings up a holo display. So every corner of the room's a dark corner right now, except for the center.
Okay. Cool, I'm fine with that.
And he says that he has been in contact with his boss about what they would like you guys to look into.
Okay.
And he's been asked to liaise with you regarding various projects he's working on, mainly because you might speed up his process. While he's known for being thorough, he's not known for being
quick.
Could I interject just off the books to the party? Oh shit, because he's probably going to assign us finding the man that Piper threw off the building.
Do we know that Piper did that, or did Piper keep that to herself?
We don't.
Piper hasn't told anyone yet.
Okay, so the party doesn't.
That's why I'm saying it as a player. Oh shit, we're probably going to be doing that.
Murder of a paraplegic.
Everyone's seen the news, but no one even knows, because I didn't mention it to anyone yet. So
okay.
as far as I work, so.
He has a number of cases he's going to assign you to follow up on.
Okay.
So first one he brings up is what appears to be a rather detailed report going into many different aspects relating to the El Capitano bombing. He says access to this file will be provided to you and your officers, and where he's gone to in his work. But the rundown of it is that all his leads have led back to the governor's office, but he can't prove if the governor has been involved or if it was just the governor's aide involved. And without proof of who was actually responsible for it, he can't proceed with that one. Because accusing the wrong person is the equivalent of the right person getting off scot-free.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, the aid was a little bit dodgy.
The aid was very dodgy.
But the thing that he's pointing out here is that the aid may only be working upon instruction.
True.
Because if the aid was doing what they were told, then the aid may also take the blame and let the actual culprit go free, even though they weren't actually responsible for any of the effects. So he doesn't want to accuse the middleman for the master.
You're after the big fish.
Yes.
Okay.
He's after the person responsible, not just the people involved.
Okay.
Because he doesn't see the point in having people executed for something that they didn't know the full repercussions of.
Okay. Because that would be the punishment for this would be execution.
Well, it's considered an act of terrorism.
Okay.
It's either jail
to that, or it's like a life imprisonment in a spice mine or something, or some mine or something like that.
That depends on whether they plead guilty or innocent. If they plead innocent, then and they're deemed guilty, then it would be an execution.
Okay.
If they plead guilty and are found guilty, then it would be imprisonment.
Okay.
They just they are rather harsh on people who go about blowing up kids and families and stuff like that.
Yep.
And this is quite a high profile case, so he hasn't wanted to make any mistakes on that one.
Fair enough.
Last time he made a mistake like this, he was told he was never going to get a promotion.
Oh.
Oh. Is that why he's been promoted for 10 years?
Pretty much. He
I want to kick
accused the
someone
wrong
in the
person.
shins right now.
He still believes that the person he accused of was responsible, but he didn't have the proof.
So, we probably don't want to let him down.
Exactly.
The next one he has on his list is he believes that there is a rebellious sort of insurgent who came to this planet recently, a Celestin, who crashed in a headhunter in a place you're familiar with. Brings up the location of the crash and pictures of the headhunter.
Do we recognise
That's it's what crashed at the training academy.
Okay, but do we recognise if we've seen him elsewhere recently?
Well, the headhunter is the name of it's the style of ship.
Yeah, no, the guy who was flying it.
Okay.
The Celestin.
So he shows the picture of the Celestin. Though Celestins do look fairly similar to you, you do realise you did help one get off world recently.
Is that at the Twilight one where we repaired the...
Yep.
We were repairing a ship of some sort.
Cleaning muck out of the ship.
That's right. So, he's probably off world by now, would that be right?
That would be correct, yes.
If you're not sharing that out loud, yes.
No, I'm not sharing that out loud. I'm just confirming my character's thoughts.
Yeah.
So who crashed Headhunter?
He's apparently been trying to drum up support for insurgents.
The Celestrin.
Yes, with anti-imperial sentiment. The next one he has on his list of cases is the other governor's aide who was helping him with his investigation, who is a son of Alderaan, and was quite good at his job. Apparently committed suicide recently. with a lot of I have to say that the facts regarding the case show it to be murder and not suicide, because you can't basically break your neck about 10 minutes before you jump off a building.
So this is about the... I asked, this is about the news we've seen recently?
Yes, it's about the thing there. He was very much a humanitarian and out to try to clear up corruption in government, which was why he was working with me to try to weed out what was wrong in the governor's office. And he's trying to find out if that has anything to do with his death, because he believes that someone connected may have found out and stepped in. So it would be to his advantage to find out who was responsible and basically make them take appropriate punishment. He's sure that maybe 20 to 50 years in a spice mine would be punishment enough.
Piper's just completely silent, looking at the wall at the moment.
Alright, working with Sandemo. Mm-hmm.
He's got some other ones that he's looking into at the moment, including there was also death of a data analyst working with the Empire. He brings up a picture of a Rhodian in a hover wheelchair. He's gone missing, but apparently the bounty office may have discovered his remains.
So, you said death of the Rhodian data analyst and that he's gone missing. Have you yet to prove conclusively that the remains you have found are the missing Rhodian?
Well, the Bounty Hunter Guild is not obliged to give him information unless he can make a case for it.
Okay.
Because he's not local police, he is considered part of the official government, but as the Empire hasn't officially taken over the government of this planet, he is basically an outside governmental interest.
Right.
As you guys are specifically working with local government, because you are considered authorities of the sector, you have more rights than he does.
Wow.
I wouldn't as a bounty hunter, I would have.
Yeah, no. As a bounty hunter, you could ask questions, but the bounty hunter code pretty much says once it's done, it's done. No more questions.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll let the other people do the talking.
Yeah, so once you've completed a bounty, forget it is the main thing. And he also says that the data analyst had broken into Imperial records and downloaded a bunch of data before deleting it. So he was also trying to track down what happened to that data.
It was destroyed when the Rhodian died, though, wasn't it?
So the Rhodian has destroyed Imperial data.
He has stolen Imperial data, which means that his part of his job is to try to recover it.
Yeah,
there's no chance of that.
I mean, you don't know what he's downloaded because he destroyed whatever it was.
Yes, he's destroyed whatever he was looking into.
So all the cases we've got, we pretty much can't solve because we'd be turning in the IG, Piper, someone we know that we didn't stop who escaped. So the only thing we really can investigate without too much problems is the detailed report of the El Capitano bombing. Everything else is going to lead us into complications.
But he does believe that most of these cases are related.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
because he believes that there is systemic corruption in the government of Elrood, which he is trying to stop.
So he would be more interested in the person who's at the top of this corruption, not necessarily the person who threw said, humanitarian off the thing or killed said Rodian.
Well, you probably want to punish those people as well, but he's after
But
the
if
person
we
at
got the
top.
top guy, we might not have to worry about the little guys in between.
He's a very thorough person.
We can be as thorough as possible without actually doing the middle peoples. This is a personal thought.
Piper's now playing with her leather pants because she just wants to get used to it, so because she likes to be out of here as soon as bloody possible. So.
So we're hearing squeaking.
I'm just noticing they're not as quite as tight as she wanted. So.
And then he says, as an unofficial project, Thrawn is looking into this. He puts up a picture of a book.
Yeah!
And he's looking for any information relating to this relic of Mandalore, because he has an interest in art, and this has been referenced in a lot of artwork over the millennia.
Okay.
And he says he believes it dates back probably about 10,000-15,000 years.
Does it have my family name on it at all?
It does not.
Well, as long as it doesn't have my family name, I'm going to assume nothing right now. So
That's okay. You can't see it at the moment. You're looking at the wall.
I'm looking at the water.
Would something like that be most likely at Mandalore?
He says it went missing about 15 years ago. That's before you guys left.
I might look at the image and then look back to the wall. So, and I'm going. Yeah, I'm not going to say a word the whole time I'm here. I'm just going to, as quiet as possible.
I said, I guess we'll try to keep an eye out and report back to you should we find any information.
Yep. He thanks you and says he will catch up with you when he can. But feel free to contact him if you have any further information.
Absolutely.
And he heads out.
Okay. So, I look around at everybody. And
Well,
I say-
the last one's easy. We could just tell them that we've found that we've heard that he's no longer on planet, and he was shipped off on whatever that ship was that was piloted by a Twilight.
I may have written the ship's name down.
Is this a office, Martin? Or?
This is a big conference room.
Okay.
There is.
Can I walk outside? And I want to walk outside just to the side of the building and just take some deep breaths. That's all.
At this floor, you have Kyanna's office, the conference room, and that's pretty much it.
I'm walking outside the building, man.
Okay, so you take the elevator down with San Demo.
I'll wait for him to go out first, but I'll walk out now.
If you walk out while he's there, he holds the door for you. He's that sort of gentleman.
That's all right. I'll just say I'll let my if you ask any question, I'll say, look, I'm letting my Ranger Hardy to organise what we're going to do. I'm just there for support. So and I'll just I'll just wait from outside when they finish the discussions. So.
Elevator music.
Well, he waves to you as he shuts the door.
And I just walk outside. I go to the side of the building, make sure there's no windows anywhere, and just lean myself against the wall. Deep breaths. Okay. Because BB1 didn't come with us, did he?
I know he's still on powered down mode.
Yeah, that's cool. This is where I need to really talk to you right now. Get it off my chest, but it's like, I'll just run and I'll sit on the stairs outside of the building and wait for everyone else.
So best time to talk to B1337 when he can't give you bad responses.
No. Did I tell him about what I did or not? I can't tell you or not.
I don't believe so. You've not told anyone.
Told him myself. Yeah, so I'm kind of like, he knows one of the two things that was with me, so I was like, I don't like this. And it's like, yeah, I'm just going to sit outside, you know, have a bit of a quiet thing to myself. And well, I'm tempted to drink right now. I look at my flask and I go, no. And I'm thinking, inside my head, I'm thinking, Grandma wouldn't want this right now, don't do it. So.
Okay, so, yes, back in the conference room, you've seen Piper walk out. What do you discuss?
I guess I would start by asking the team how they think we should prioritize, going along with, I guess, Carla's suggestion at first of figuring out how we can find evidence on how the Celestian has left planet. Because I believe that is precisely what Lieutenant Sandimo has asked for, is we need solid, like, records, evidence, that sort of thing, not just, oh, we heard this from some guy.
And even you saw something happen is not evidence in that sense.
So, we knew that the Celestian was going up to meet a ship for interstellar travel. Or was the ship we were repairing capable of interstellar travel?
It was.
So,
Did we know the name of the
we
ship?
were given a name, but I couldn't keep up with the writing, so I didn't finish writing the name. I just wrote name and then started writing the new sentences. I was trying to keep up with the rate of Martin's talking.
I'm sorry.
Could
It was named Leaf on the Wind.
Yeah, that's it. Leaf on a Wind, the
Okay.
wash one. So we could try and see if we could find any official records of Leaf on the Wind.
Yeah, I think that probably might be that, finding, like, I don't know, the version of a space VIN number for...
Well, they do
Leaf
have,
on the Wind.
each of the starports has a control tower, which would record the comings and goings of all the ships.
Okay.
So that could be something we could do pretty much straight away. And at least if we can give them an indication of where he's gone, maybe the Imperials
For the
at the destination could follow up.
Yeah. But then we also need a third party to probably be testifying, or that, like, this person was on said ship or something like that.
How do we do
Because
that?
if we use our testimony, they'd be like, oh, how did you see this person? Why did you let them get away?
Now, we did talk to a couple of people, so the guy who, the Celestian we were looking at, pointed us over to the person who, it was an Ilthorian. So if we could find the Ilthorian, I think he was called Haffleflip.
Mm-hmm.
He could be our witness.
That was the name of the Celestian.
Oh, Hernandez Haffleflip. Okay.
Because the Twilight earlier had used his name.
Yeah, okay, so I'm getting confused about all the names here.
Oh, I think the Twi'lek intentionally tried to be confusing about his name.
But I think the Ithorian actually gave us a name. Because the Celestian gave us Hernandez Haffleflip.
Let me check, hold on.
Yeah.
So, Mark, did you have any notes on that?
No, I can tell you straight up no.
So, Ariadna, is that a planet, a name?
That is a planet.
Okay, so that's where Piper's supposedly, because she was mistaken as a black market Beskar trader, was that supposedly where the base of operations was for these people who were the people we let go?
I know that was the base of operations for Piper's brother.
Ah, I see. Okay, I've got to learn to write faster. Okay, so
I didn't write a name for an Ithorian.
As I said, some of my sentences aren't quite finished as I'm struggling to keep up with spoken word. If we could figure out the name of the Ithorian,
If we can find find
then he could be the
record of
witness.
the ship and find the captain, an Ithorian captain of such ship.
Okay.
So, if we know the name of the ship, surely getting the name of the captain of that ship shouldn't be too hard, because it should be a matter of record, right?
It should be. You just got to do a computer check to try to get through.
So we need
You need to get access to the
access.
flight data.
No, flight data to get the. How do you spell Ithorian? I've got a guess.
Ithorian.
No, well, that's what I guessed.
I normally pronounce it how I read it.
Let's Name.
Not always correct, but
So he can be witness. Okay. Alright, so that's one of them.
So after that, I think as a party, we would then either discuss the governor's aide that committed suicide, or the death of the Rhodian data analyst. Am I missing something about that? Do we know something about the data analyst?
Technically no. B1337 knows all about it.
Okay. So
Um,
as a party, as characters in this room, we would discuss probably either doing the governor's aide or the Rhodian data analyst.
And we wouldn't know that
wouldn't
Piper
know.
and B1337 are behind.
and the fact that B1337 carried the data analyst around with you guys for half a day before we put it in.
Oh yeah.
It was just the sack he was carrying.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I
But
think.
considering that Sandemo said a detailed report of the El Capitano bombing as his first thing, maybe that should be
Yeah, I think.
our next one?
Yeah, I think after so that stuff we can prioritize that, because I believe as a party we discovered that the governor's aide was involved. I can't remember if
Yeah,
that's player
I
knowledge
think
or
we
character
discovered
knowledge.
that the aid was likely.
Yeah.
So we want to investigate that a bit more.
Yeah, so we'll prioritize that next. I guess.
Okay, so looking at the data Sandemo gave you regarding the second aide's death, seems to have progressed to a certain point before a note has been added into the file by Thrawn to hand this over to the sector rangers for further investigation.
The second aide. Okay.
The one that Piper killed.
Mm-hmm.
The humanitarian
From Alderaan.
from Alderaan. Thrawn has asked us to investigate that. It is possible Thrawn fully knows that Piper did it.
Mm-hmm.
Right after Sandemo had found a picture of someone in a bright orange leather jacket. Following the guy into a building that he jumped off later.
Was that bright leather jacket the one that Khalid was wearing, or is this a different bright leather jacket?
This is the bright leather jacket that Piper is currently proud to show off.
Yeah.
That she's currently wearing.
Yes.
Currently wearing. So she's, yeah.
You may want to rehome that jacket. I'm just saying that off the record.
But it is also the it's got the symbols of the Bounty Hunters Guild on it.
Which
all
the bounty hunters
have.
have.
So
Or the trainee bounty hunters have.
Oh, yeah.
We would then know it's a trainee bounty hunter.
We would know it's a trainee bounty hunter. Thrawn has specifically asked us to do this assignment, so it's...
He stopped the lieutenant's investigation from that point and reassigned it. With a suggestion of employing Piper to assist in the investigation.
Okay.
Ouch.
Piper's got other things to do. She's outside, so she's not talking about our conversation, just like her. Are we outside or are we still inside the building?
We're in the briefing room, but Sandimo's left, so we're by ourselves.
Oh, look, I'm still outside, so you saw me just walk out. I didn't explain why I was walking out, so...
Yeah, you just left, which is... I think
Okay.
someone should go and follow her, since, we're supposed to be working as a team here.
Well, technically she's the only one who's not a ranger.
Yep.
But wouldn't we consider that we're family, that it's unusual for her to leave and not say anything?
She's left us before.
She has, yes.
Without saying anything?
Yep. This is the second time now.
I'm going to go follow.
Okay.
Because I want to know what the fuck. And we've already been betrayed by
Someone else.
someone else. So I want to see what's going on here. So I follow Piper out.
Okay, so while you're having deep breaths on the side of the building, you see Thea. Thea, sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing. Come around the corner.
You decided what we're doing yet?
I see that she's breathing heavily and not looking right, and I ask her if she's okay. And I tell you that I am really worried about you.
These leather pants are getting cut a bit tight.
I think it might actually be a bit more than that, since you've been looking pretty distressed for more than just a couple of days. And I'm seriously worried about what's causing that distress, and I want to try and help you with it.
I'm still thinking about what happened, so with my family and all that. So maybe I didn't feel right as the only bounty hunter, non-ranger person in there. So that's why I thought I'd stay outside.
But
you guys,
you're our family. You
yeah.
Family comes beyond everything else, and you're a part of our team, so you should probably really participate, because you've got experience and knowledge you can contribute to helping us solve these investigations. Are you saying you don't want to work with us anymore?
Oh, no. Look, I'm happy to come along, but I just feel that I didn't go the same sort of angle that you went, because I want to stick a bounty hunter. I didn't want to stick with the rangers, so that's why I felt that was more of a ranger thing in there, not a bounty hunter thing. So that's why I thought
I still think if you joined us, like if you come back and rejoin us, you could add some very useful input, especially from a bounty hunter point of view. Because one of these people was seen wearing a bounty hunter jacket, so you know more about bounty hunting than we do.
I'm going to use my cool my one cool here.
Okay.
And I'm trying not to sweat or kind of look like...
So what's your perception?
Does my willpower count for anything?
This would be your perception to notice. So you get to add your cunning to it. So what's your cunning?
My cunning's only 2, but I do have perception.
Okay, so what's your perception?
It's just one of those dots.
And what is your cool, Mark?
Cool's 1 and...
Presence is 1.
Presence is 2.
Okay.
My presence is 3.
Your presence is 3?
Yes.
So I'm just trying to look like
This is your ability to notice that he's lying.
Oh, I don't really want to know that she's lying. I'm just genuinely concerned about her well-being.
Okay.
No, she's actively lying.
So, Piper's trying to play it cool, but is visibly agitated.
I tell her I'm not going to put pressure on her to talk about it, because I appreciate that it could not be well, but I would really appreciate if she would rejoin us and help us figure out how to solve these cases, because I've come to respect her as a person who is got a lot of experience, and she could help us by applying her knowledge of like the bounty hunters and things like that to make up for any lack that we've got. And I'm pretty sure Kyanna would welcome you as a part of our team, even if you are a bounty hunter.
Yeah. Cool.
Can I use any of my presents to...
Okay, so...
I come along, but you feel that I'm not quite really want to come along, but I'll come along if you...
So, what's your negotiation?
Me?
Yeah. I believe it is 1,
and
your presence is 3.
Yeah.
And what is...
I just kind of want to reassure her that, you know, we're our interest is in the best interest of all of us as a family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I drive a Charger that never gets crashed and looks brand new after I come off a fiery train.
So I'm going to go for your discipline mark.
Discipline is zilch. And what else are presents, okay?
Discipline uses willpower.
I got a 4 in willpower.
Willpower, I got 2, so yeah.
Well, that's basically making that the your ability to convince him to do something.
I don't know what that means yet, but I'm slowly learning.
So that is the good dice, that's your ability, and that is Mark's ability to resist.
Okay, alright. Well, I don't want to, you know.
Okay, so... apparently, you were very convincing.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, okay, look.
So I'm hoping you feel a bit reassured by the fact that I am actually interested in your well-being rather than anything else.
Yeah, cool. I still look a bit kind of reluctant, but I'll still come along. But I feel that you've kind of reduced any of my fears. But you see that I don't. You probably guessed from the previous role that I'm not quite with it. If it makes sense. So yeah.
As we're going back in, is there somewhere where there's like a jug of water and glasses?
Yep, in the conference room.
Just outside of the conference room, because I'll hand Piper the jug and grab the glasses and just say Piper was just getting us water, so that it's not really noticeable that she left for other reasons.
On the way through, I hand my flask to her, saying, "Can you hold on to this, please?"
Sure.
Okay, so walking into the room, there's a big memo from Thrawn suggesting that Lieutenant Sandemo concentrate on other efforts and hand this over to Kyanna and the sector police, and for them to employ Piper as the lead of the investigation.
The lead, okay.
Do I see this?
And in that one, right next to the photo is the photo of someone in a similar jacket to what Piper's currently wearing. Walking, rest of them isn't easy to make out as they're walking through a crowd, following the person who committed suicide into a building.
So the note says specifically Thrawn wants Piper as lead.
Yep.
Kyanna will listen. She will say, "All right, Piper. It seems that we have our orders, and as we would love to welcome you as essentially a consultant, I do believe with your experience that you would do excellent as leading this investigation."
There is a notation on there: if she can solve the case, she can become a ranger.
Hey,
Which would be awesome.
And then we would love for you to join us if you want. Of course, we don't want to force you.
Do I see the picture yet, Martin?
Yep. You do see the picture.
How can I? Look, I said, this is not like another cool role for me, because I'm sitting there going, I'm trying to hold the water and the jug properly without trying to shake him, because as soon as I see that picture, I know, oh fuck. I think, because I know that. So I'm not sure how you would go against it. I'm going to go. It's almost like against the end kind of role, because I'm trying to stay cool, going, oh yeah, I'm happy to do that kind of thing. I'm trying to do that, but how will I pull it off? And I'll leave it up to you.
Then you should drop another
I'll
dose.
find it.
Okay.
You keep running.
If part of the survival is very
I'm not sure what dice
stressful.
I dropped, but I thought I did drop one.
No. I'm not looking up at my skirts.
Okay. So, you don't seem to make a mess, but everyone notices you shaking.
I put a hand on your shoulder just to kind of reassure you.
And I'll say
I put it down to the fact that she's given me her flask.
I say to
I
Piper.
think Piper needs a drink. I'm getting after effects. Withdrawal.
I'll say to Piper, I understand this is a lot of responsibility. I felt same nervousness when I was thrusted upon with this amount of responsibility. But we're family, and we're here to help you along the way. Don't worry, this isn't only your burden.
Water's spilling out the glass in the jug right now, I'm just saying. Because she's just going... And if I hear... so I'm going to be a character, right? Sorry. Cardi? Is it Cardi? Yeah. Cardi. So if my Cardi says, no, I'm okay. I don't need the flask. And I say it like you get you don't think you're really reassured by that kind of comment. And it's like, and I kind of, if my glass is almost like spilled something, I'll pour it into the jug, shaking, grab the glass, drink the whole water straight. Yeah, cool. This sounds fun. With a thumbs up kind of thing.
Okay, so you're going cold turkey. Okay, good for you.
Well, she had her first drink in a month, in more than a month on the previous night.
Yeah. And I just internally I'm thinking, oh shit, this is not good. This is just And I, considering my meetings with based on all the kind of previous night, I'm going shit in my head, shit. I think So anyway,
and while this is happening, Cadkia gets a personal message on his comlink.
Her. Or Khalid, if you mean.
Cadkia on her comlink.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a personal message from Thrawn.
Oh shit.
I know where this is going.
He says he will see you when he returns to Elrood and sort something out with you.
The jewel.
Yep, that's fair.
He will summon you when he returns.
Okay, sounds good.
And last note is you might want to get in some practice.
Yes, I will. I'll have to.
Did he tell us about what he wrote at all? Did he tell anyone at all?
He did not.
Okay. I give him a strange look of what the fuck. It's like, but I'll eye him over a bit and go, okay. I'll have questions later. So, did you? I asked the team, did you want me to kind of do a solo mission in this investigation, like because of my bounty hunter contacts kind of thing? I might be able to do this very on the sly, or did you? Because I think if we go as a group, it might be a bit kind of.
I think since this is coming from Lieutenant Sandemo straight from Thrawn himself, I think we need to keep this as above board as possible. And so I think it's best if you can get whatever leads you can on your own, and then have us come and follow you to gather as much evidence as possible so that we can figure out
Verify
this situation and make sure we have everything in order.
Yeah. Yeah, good idea. Yeah. Let me think about how we're going to do this, because this is, interesting.
So if you want to go ahead and get your contacts sorted, and if as soon as you find a lead, let us know.
Yeah. I might do that. Yeah. I every so often I just have a look back at the flask in.
I put it in my jacket now. You can't see it.
I look at you. I see you put in the jacket. I keep looking as you put in the jacket. Then I look
In my
away and then I
inside
look back.
pocket.
And it's like,
I would also say that most of you do see the similarities between the picture and Piper while she's standing there looking at Thea.
Do I?
Wow, those jackets have great structure.
Looking
to
at
it.
the picture and at Piper, can I see whether or not my
guess
brain
you-
goes 2 + 2 = 4?
Yeah.
It could quite easily be someone of Piper's build.
Okay.
Just that once the picture had been collected, no further analysis of it had
I
been done.
say in a very low voice, I say to Piper, you look pretty agitated at the moment. Do you happen to know anything about this case that we should possibly know?
look, I just don't like kind of dobbing our own in. It just doesn't feel right.
But this person did kill a humanitarian.
Yeah, look, humanitarian, warlord, humanitarian warlord, everyone has their opinion on these things. So I feel it's like, why should we kind of label somebody? It doesn't seem right.
They bring up the list of all the humanitarian awards this person's had over the last 20 years.
So you mentioned the photo hasn't been analyzed?
No. That once they collected the photo, it was put on hold and transferred to your department.
Is this one of those things where we need our computer droid to analyze said photo?
Quite possibly, except he's currently offline.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to give me the photo, I'm sure that I'll pass it across to the droid. I think so.
Well, it's on your network now.
Yeah, it's on our network, so I guess as soon as B1337 comes online, if you could somehow convince him, because you know how he is.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow convince him.
Well, you can just copy it, because it's all going to be on the data pad, so you can just give them a copy
We need
of
this
it.
analyzed, and if B1337 decides not to, we'll pass it along to whoever else has computers.
Yeah, he's a bit upset about that car and the way certain people treat it. He doesn't feel that's the respected way. He told me, as you probably got from, sorry there, Cat Curious, like he didn't really, look, let's put it bluntly, he was pissed about what you did to that car. So, and I said, he doesn't, how he...
What did Katya do?
He believes in neutral droid rights. He's very kind of forward in his beliefs, and it's not that we all have different views of droids. His droids, he believes droids should be at the same level as human or other races, kind of thing. So he felt that I think it might have upset him, but he just kind of might have overloaded a circuit or two just to shut down for a bit. So
exactly what actions set B1337 off? Because it would be handy to know that, so we didn't repeat the...
Well, when he called the car over and walked through the car, just to walk through the car, I think that kind of probably was the kind of tipping point.
I don't know that was intentional. Katya?
Oh, Katya. I look at Katya with a look of
Well, I'm looking at Katya too.
I'm looking at Katya like, you know what you did.
How does Katya respond?
Okay. Anyway, look, I think it did strange is probably the word. You know what he's like. You could go off and it's like you could call him Bruce and he'd get upset with it kind of thing. So I think they might have just turned it. We'll see what happens when we get back to the base kind of thing. So he wasn't in a good mood when I left this morning. So I thought it'd be good to give him a break today. So I didn't think it'd be good value to bring him along and. Worst thing you do, get upset at Imperial officer, what happened with that, but we all went into, some sort of mine, for 20 years or something strange like that kind of thing. So I'm very specific when I say that 20 years mine thing because that's written into my head right now. So, but yeah. Look, I'll see if I can put some feelers out when we get back to the base. I'll work with, BB1 has a good kind of...
Mark, we're technically at base in the conference room on the base.
This is base.
Yes, you're in the conference room again. And you do...
okay.
One thing you do note, looking at the picture, is the picture was provided by Imperial Intelligence.
I look at my jacket and kind of see if I can change it to make sure it doesn't look like the same jacket in the picture in some sort of way without cutting a sleeve off it or
Are
something
you
like that.
looking
Yeah.
at your jacket while we're all having this discussion?
Yes, yes. Mm.
Yeah.
Are we all looking at Piper looking at her jacket and then looking at the photo and going, I have a feeling something more is going on here?
Yeah,
And I'm not an idiot, so I would like to be treated a little bit more respectfully.
Do you mind if we find something more private before we have this discussion?
Private. This is fairly private.
This is Imperial base, isn't it? Imperial base, or is it?
It is the Sector Ranger base. It
Sector
is
Ranger base.
Technically Imperial authority, but it is not military.
As a player, how much privacy could you expect in such a place? You'd presume you're being listened in on, wouldn't you?
Probably not, because this conference room would be where you would be making your plans to take out criminal networks, and if there was any surveillance equipment in here, it would completely undermine the sector police.
Well, knowing that, would
Kyanna
Kyanna be able to reassure Piper that this is a pretty private place, considering she would be more familiar with the base's operations than me, because she's like a team leader.
Yeah, so basically I would kind of indicate to Piper's, look, it's just family around us. This is as private as we're going to get.
We've got no Imperial listening stuff here. I say that under my breath as much as I can.
Everything here is owned by Sector Rangers, as head by me and then the commander.
Okay.
But
If there's a door to close, I want to close it and lock it, Martin, if I can.
Yep, you shut and lock the door.
Okay. Sit down, please, everyone.
They're all still seating. Seated.
Okay. You guys, when you went off and did your Sector Ranger stuff, and I went to the bounty office kind of thing, and
Yep.
I got this interesting bounty. Where I had to go to this kind of how come I'm trying to say?
Piper, considering we're looking at that photo and you're looking very nervous, can I just be direct with you and ask you, is that you?
Yeah.
So this was your bounty?
Yeah.
Considering this is a PG show, I curse under my breath. And then I look to Kyanna, who is our noble and wise leader.
Kyanna does that.
Throw it under the bus. Your job.
That's why you got that pretty vibro sword.
You know what? I didn't want to talk to anyone for a couple of days, and I kind of like, I was humming on back and forth going, I want to do this, but I don't want to do this. I want to do this, and I don't want to do this. And you know when you regret things when you do stuff and you go, shit.
You just regret killing a person, you know? It's just one of those things.
Well...
And then throwing him off a building.
Yeah.
Because indications do show they were killed,
he was killed
10 minutes before they were thrown off a building.
Yeah.
Is there any protection for a bounty hunter when they're fulfilling a bounty? Is there any kind of legal protection under those circumstances?
Only if it's a publicly announced bounty, which that one was not.
Okay. More curse words.
So technically, Piper did commit a crime against an Imperial citizen.
So, Piper, was this an official bounty from the Bounty Guild?
I would say yes to that one.
You'd say no, because it was told that you were never to talk of it afterwards, and that it officially never happened. And if it ever does come back to you, that's the end of your career with the guild.
And this is the same thing that happened to Varna as well.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the Bounty Hunter Guild is up to nefarious things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I say to Piper, the unfortunate matter is that we would have to turn you in should we not be able to find any other
I was going to say,
evidence. So I think the goal here is we need to find who
out
gave you that
the
bounty.
order. Yep, exactly.
Because Lieutenant Santiago said he wants the leader.
Leader. That's it. We got to give him the person who gave the bounty.
Well, due to the fact that Thrawn knows that you did it.
Yeah, that's.
But Thrawn might actually be pointing us towards it so that we're really motivated to get the person who ordered the hit, rather than Piper.
And I'm going to be blunt, like, Thrawn doesn't really know much about me, and that worries me too. So if I wouldn't be surprised if he does want me to give you a side pin on this one, because, yeah, look, what I've done, I wasn't happy about it. I thought I was doing the right thing, and then I reread it later, and, yeah, I've gone through a lot lately, guys. Really, my mind's not with it. Yeah, and she kind of sits on the chair, puts her hands in her face, and she kind of like, I've got through a lot, and he, not crying, but you can see she's almost at the attempt of crying now, kind of thing, because she's like, this is all this kind of building up on it now. So
maybe you should go back to your training, to your meditation and that.
Yeah.
You need a clear mind.
I think Kyanna's right. We should start focusing on who ordered this bounty. So as a bounty hunter, you might be able to get some of that information.
No, I was told not to ask about this or talk about it again.
So basically, we have to go in as officials.
We would have to go in as
ask about-
officials, but
Without
But
Piper.
I can't be there, guys, because if I'm there, they're going to come back to me, and then I'm
yeah.
in a worse state. I think the best for me is to go out to the ranger camp, sit in my room, and just keep out of this. I don't know the other one who are doing this.
We need a computer person to track, to analyse the information on the Celestian.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we give Piper that, because she's got a bit of computing.
Yeah.
And then while she's doing that, we can try and see if we can track down who ordered this hit.
Yeah, basically it would be great if we had a slicer who could hack into the bounty hunters guild.
And I was just going to say, Carla, you've got a lot of streetwise and cunning, so perhaps maybe if we pair you up with someone else, you could possibly track down the bounty hunter requisitioner.
I could try, but I got a sneaking suspicion I'll end up being pointed towards Piper.
But Piper didn't request the bounty. Piper carried it out.
But it was not an official bounty.
Yeah, I'm
so
not
there
sure.
would be no
I think
official
that one had
record of said
confidentiality.
bounty.
But Khaled has streetwise, which means not necessarily official records, but street records, which might lead us to a person that then we can officially investigate.
Yeah. How much strain are you going to give me, Martin, now for this? Because it's pretty good strain on you.
I'm happy to say at this stage you are suffering, but not actually falling over.
Yeah, I kind of like, I don't know where to go with this, because I did tell BB1 because I had to tell somebody because it was really eating me up inside, and all I got was like, why, idiot, a few other comments like that. As you know, that BB1's quite straightforward in his response. So I'm not sure if he'd be any help with this, because but I said I didn't get, all I got told was to do it. I didn't get told who it was from. I just got told to do it. So, and I didn't know it was going to cause this much impact. I didn't realise the and my apologies to any family you had. I didn't know it was going to be that. I didn't think it was that important.
Streetwise, skullduggery.
They have a picture up there of his
underworld
grieving
and stuff
family.
like that. So he'd be really good for tracking the unofficial.
He has a wife and 3
so
kids.
We can find an official.
I'm getting close to getting my 12 strain here, Martin. I've got a feeling, kind of thing. So I'm probably here. Just put my head in my and shake my head going.
I pat Piper comfortingly on the back, and tell her that we're going to sort this out.
Okay.
Family is family. We'll sort this out.
Cool.
Well, we just have to find out who asked for this bounty and then throw them under the bus.
Yep.
So on the file is the Alderaan government has wanted to launch an independent investigation into this as well.
Ah, fuck.
Okay.
And they may be sending a representative.
How far away
It's
is
not
Alderaan?
getting easier, is it?
Alderaan is all the way in the core world, so you'd basically be having someone with quite a lot of authority, used to throwing a lot of authority around, and most people have been used to saying yes, sir, to them.
Well, Alderaan's known for its politics and that.
It is.
And also their neutrality.
They've seen it as a personal affront because they were investigating the corruption out in the Outer Rim.
Well, if we can find the source of that corruption, surely they prefer to find that. Because that's the
I
bigger
think
fish.
that's precisely what. I think that's what Lieutenant Santiago was kind of
Wants us
indicating, is that
Yeah.
like all of these may be connected to the same corrupted source.
to do. Yeah, so I think that's what we should work towards.
Yeah. So I'll talk to Kyla and say, you have great knowledge of the underworld and things like that. So
Streetwise.
you'll be able to kind of dish
Yeah.
up, perhaps in the unofficial channels, who may have wanted to take out a hit, or who has information on who took out this bounty.
Because this guy was also the one that was preventing the homeless shelter thing being demolished or whatever.
Yep.
Who was getting the most benefit out of that if it actually did get demolished?
The funds would then be rolled into other projects. So technically every other project that's in progress at this time would get extra funds.
Yeah, but is the site where the shelter is, that will get demolished and taken over, correct?
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, so who would have been in getting that?
You would looking at it, you'd have to investigate, so it's not something that is listed on file.
Well, I'm going to do the outside of the box thing. I'm going to go for that first and then...
Whereas I'm not going to solve all the things without you investigating.
Yeah, I think we need to start doing the investigation.
So you can investigate the angle of the soup kitchens and the homeless shelters because there are numerous of those around the city. You can investigate the Bounty Hunters Guild itself. You can investigate the rumours of governmental pressure. So where is that coming from? Because they do have a imperial governor looking like they're going to run against the Elrood governor in the next election.
I'd say we possibly split up all those ones and like assign two of us at least to each arm of investigation, and then come back and put it all together.
Yeah.
Piper does have Officer Fabio and his contacts in the city. Fabio did say he knew a good computer expert.
Oh,
Yep.
it's not a Rhodian, is it though?
He never said.
Hopefully it's not a
friend.
Rhodian, because...
He was looking into some stuff for him.
Okay, hopefully not the Rhodian.
Oh, hang on. I do remember some of this, Martin.
I know.
Do I know if this person is still around based on some stuff?
You never actually got the name of the person and met them because your friend was keeping you out of his back end dealing.
Yeah, no. I can't remember what we came to with that one. That's a good.
Because if it did come out of what he was investigating, it would almost be considered treason.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I kind of didn't poke into it too much, but yeah. So, I do kind of mention that, but I'm going. I don't feel that I should get too involved in this guy, so I think I need to kind of. I kind of want to show that I'm looking, but not really overlooking, where you guys might do a bit more gathering for me, if that's okay. And I go put the Piper puppy dog eyes on. Okay. So, how's it?
How
yeah.
good do puppy dog eyes work on you?
I don't know. So, what is Piper's charm?
Piper is quite charming.
And
I did get these charming.
what is
cool
your
for a reason.
My discipline.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. Discipline is 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Lucky she's not doing it on me. I've got a discipline of 4.
Okay, so quite successful at putting the charm onto Kyanna.
Yep.
Please, Kyanna, please.
How can I deny Piper, of course?
Oh, I'll give you a hug because I feel like it.
She'll give you like that quick 2 pat, just like that. That's great. Yes.
Yeah. And at this, I'm not going to mention the book just to top it all up because that's just going to make it worse. So I'm just gonna. That's going to be for a later date. I've got a feeling for me. But yeah. So, So I'm thinking do one at a time. I think so.
That is all good. Plus, the last thing you want them to bloat it out at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah. And sorry, guys, I walked outside. When that all came up, and it just, I didn't feel really right. I didn't want to put that on you guys because we've all been through a bit, and I've been through a bit lately. So I apologise. Sorry,
family is
I didn't mean
for.
to go.
We support each other.
I know.
So we'll do our best to help you out.
Cool.
And,
can you make sure you keep that flask locked away from me right now because I have a real struggling right now.
What flask is that?
I look at it and go, aha, got what you got there. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I get another glass of water and drink another. You never seen Piper drink so much water in her entire life. So.
Yeah, that's going to hit you later.
Have you got a kidney problem?
No, I just need to look through my rehabilitation of this addiction I have. I've been finding if I have a glass of water, I feel like I don't have a glass of the other stuff. So
so you're basically filling up your stomach.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's drinking it like shots.
Sure. And it's. No, I'm drinking like schooners.
That's
Piper doesn't drink shots. Piper drinks spirits and schooners. So Piper kind of goes, yeah, it just makes me feel like it's it and it's not it. So it's still a lot of work going, guys, but this doesn't help it much at all. I'll be honest about it. It really makes it very hard. But I think we can.
We're going to work together.
Okay.
We'll solve this.
Yeah. By the way, should we kind of make some adjustments to my orange jacket?
Yeah.
Do we want to put it on, like, maybe... Do we know any good person that can change from orange to another colour? Because I think we really need to do that. I didn't realise they had a picture of me. I really was a bit surprised. I should have picked up on it, but, Piper was Piper,
You do see that the photograph was taken by Imperial intelligence, meaning that they had a reason to surveil someone at that time.
So someone possibly dobbed her in?
They
Set her up.
Set her up.
They could have
that's
been.
it.
They could have
Frame.
been.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Could have been following Piper. Could have been following the guy from Alderaan, or could have been surveilling the soup kitchen. That information is not present.
Because considering all of these happenings, like with Varna and Piper, and us, I'm starting to wonder whether or not somebody's setting us up to encounter all these complications. I might sound a bit paranoid here, but I don't think that's going to hurt us at the moment. Just being a bit cautious.
Can I say something, guys?
Sure.
The other night, when we all had little things that we all noticed we had in that art display.
Yep.
Did you notice anything for me?
Nope.
See where this is why I'm a little bit stressed at the moment, because I feel that I'm being really looked into, and that's what I'm really concerned about, because at least they kind of knew a bit about everyone else, and based on, as you know, the history with me and Varna and her family.
You think you're being targeted?
I think I'm being really, really looked into. Like, you know, like let's have everyone look at Piper and see if she kind of cracks it, kind of thing. If it makes sense. So, and
What would be the purpose of that?
well, I don't know, because BB1 and I had a discussion about this, and we're really, he's very worried about me too, because if they're looking to me, I'm wondering what they're looking into, because we know my family's been kind of taken, and my best friend's missing.
Warren.
Warren, you know him. Do you remember Warren? Warren the Wookiee was pretty cool guy back in the day. Yeah.
With alliteration like that, how could we forget?
Yeah, I know. He was pretty cool, you know. He was a good bloke, you know. Always you had my back in the pubs. And...
Sling you over your shoulder and walk you home.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot. That's some bad experiences there. I'm trying to forget about that. But, yeah, it's...
How handy would a Wookiee be when you're drunk most of the time?
Quite handy.
Quite. And... then you've got, you know... Did I tell them about my brother at all, or anything like that? Or?
They were there when your brother was mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah. Then I've got my brother who seems to be using my DNA, and then we've got Varna's family who decided that doesn't like my family, and I don't know why. I'm still trying to work out. Something's up.
It's definitely up.
Because I think there's something around my family that I don't know about, because I've probably lost it through my addiction. So this is why I'm trying to kind of piece back some memories, and I have a feeling that other people are trying to piece back some memories too. So, so yeah, I'm a bit worried about all this, because I mean, I think they want me in the salt mines, but I think they might take me somewhere else in the salt mines, if you know what I mean. You know,
We wouldn't let that happen without a fight.
I know, but it's like I don't want to get all you in trouble, because I know your family, but you know what I mean.
I've got an ionisation blaster now.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to be lighthearted.
Yeah.
They've got 5,000 Empire troops. I think they're going to win on that one.
Besides the
Don't underestimate the Mandalorians.
Besides, the ionization blaster is for droids, not for people.
I know.
I mean, we do have a BB1, and that would take out at least 1,000. But I still think we're button outside of average here, if that makes sense. So, you know, hitting the mall right across the river kind of thing, you know what I'm talking about?
I think if we start working on these investigations, that would be a good move.
I think so. But do you reckon we can change my colour from orange to yellow, maybe? My jacket? I'm looking at my orange to see if there's any way I could take it out without causing too much damage and things like that.
Considering that's a bounty hunter
you do know it is the symbol of your station in the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Maybe you could put some grease on it, make it look like it's not as bright in the picture, because I'm looking at the picture again, kind of thing, I'm going, yeah.
What sort of jacket?
I like this jacket.
Yeah, the jacket.
I really like this jacket. I keep saying
So you
to myself,
couldn't throw like a cloak over it, could you?
You could throw a cloak over
Why
it.
don't you just throw a cloak over it?
But the pants, the jacket, they go together. It's like, and Piper's going, she's in a half kind of thing going, yeah, we could probably
Are you saying, Piper, that you would prefer to look good than to save your hide?
Well,
I think you got the crux of it.
Yeah.
Because, you can look good any time, but you can only die once.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So,
Right, let's get to this investigating.
Okay, we might have to do one more shopping trip, Kyanna, because we could find a non-orange
Miss
leather jacket,
Fashion
please.
Sense wants
Because I think it might be better that I don't wear this one around. I might just leave it in the cabinet back at.
Is there an extra jacket hanging around that isn't Sector Ranger?
Oh, you've got a few Ranger jackets lying around the office.
Okay, well, since you are an official
Consultant?
consultant for the Sector Rangers.
Yep.
Am I allowed to do that? Can I give her a Sector Ranger jacket? Okay, how about you just wear this one for a little bit?
Well, you're consulting for us.
I'll put it on. I'll do a bit of, Twilight fashion parade out. I'll look at them out. It looks good.
It looks good. It does have the Ranger stand out quite brightly on there.
Isn't ours blue?
Yep.
It's gonna go with her pants.
What colour pants has she got again?
She has black pants with
Black.
lime green.
Black leather pants with a
Glowing lime green advertising.
You are just a rainbow of delight.
I've got dark red hair, purple eyes, because I go with the colours.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could pull this off, I reckon. What, you reckon Captain Fabio like it? What do you reckon?
I think Captain Fabio would love it.
I think he would love you no matter what you're wearing.
Yeah, I know that too, yeah. Yeah, okay. I feel a bit better, well, spirits are kind of rising a little bit, but still kind of like, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of holding my other jacket in my arm at the moment going, yeah,
Why don't we stuff that in the locker?
yeah,
You'll put it in evidence.
There you go.
So when I'm thinking about, we've got a base that's in the city, but do we have a base actually at the other place, or is it?
No, we've shut down all our other bases because it wasn't financially working.
Like we're allowed to go out to the sector ranger, the commander's
Academy,
and we have space there, but it's barracks and that is shared with other people who may or may not be there.
Okay, so my room's in this place, is that correct?
This is your room.
You've got a room with 4 beds in it designed for multiple people to stay in.
Yeah.
But currently, you and your droid are the only ones staying in there. And for some reason, one of the mattresses has been removed.
Haha.
Yeah. Long as look, I know this, but I'm not going to mention that one there. But I want to put the jacket on non-bed as well when I put it back in there. So I'm just trying to put any scent off me at the moment, as much as I can.
You hang it off the one of the bed with the missing mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah.
Can I spend a destiny point?
Sure.
The jacket's reversible.
Okay. It has a bright green inner lining
That'll work.
because their colours were bright orange and bright green.
It'll go with your butt.
Green and pink.
She's got a lime butt too, though.
She does.
Hey, it's only usually Cadco that likes my butt, but we won't go there. But yeah, but that's okay. It does suit my. Yeah, let's get off the subject.
Yeah, let's get to the investigating.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I'm still going to wear the Sector Ranger one because I feel a bit more comfortable in that one. So, but if I have to go, yeah, I'm trying not to. I want to wear it out, but I don't want to. But until this is all sorted, I don't. Want to. So yeah, cool. Yeah. So what are we doing now? Okay.
We'll have Piper and Katya on computers trying to find any evidence of analyzing the photos, seeing who the Imperial intelligence was, if that information is possible to find. That way you can perhaps question Imperial intelligence, maybe. As long as they're not military, we have authority, which likely they are military, but might as well try. So you're in charge of doing all computer analyzing to see what you can find. And then the other 3 of us can kind of do like the underworld angle of trying to find any unofficial information that we can find on who this bounty might have been placed by, if anybody has any information, and if it comes to it, we can then press the Bounty Hunters Guild for information.
So we'll have to put through a search warrant, would we, for the Bounty Hunter Guild?
Perhaps, yeah.
I think we need to maybe track down some leads on the street and then follow those up with the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Piper does say, well, I'm worried about us going to the Bounty Hunter Guild because they're going to come back to me and ask me a lot of questions, I feel. So just be very careful when we go around there.
Yeah, so that's why I want to avoid asking the Bounty Hunters Guild directly until it's like...
Until we've got more.
Until there's no other options.
Yeah, because
But I guess we'll get from Piper all the information she got about the bounty. Like, what was the specific instructions? What was kind of the language used? And what was the threat precisely about?
So I explained it like I was told that this is my target. I had to make it look like an accident. I stumbled a bit. I actually did kind of do the wrong thing beforehand. Then I carried him all the way upstairs to the roof, and I chucked him off. and I said, oh, and I thought I got away with it, but looks like I didn't. So.
Did we really call this target Dwayne Johnson?
Yes.
I think we did, yeah, we did actually. I remember that.
Secret task, 2,000 credits, public and untraceable, political target, attaché to the governor, least amount of collateral damage, male human Dwayne Johnson frequents soup kitchens and orphanages.
Yep.
Yes.
He killed the Rock.
The Rock can't be killed, man.
Next, we'll be throwing Vin Diesel off a roof.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
But then he'll fly back in his charger.
His name will be Dominic Diesel.
Dominic, yeah, Dom, family.
Domestic family. So I explained what I said, yeah, that's all I got, and I thought it was a bit weird too, but I didn't know any better. I'm still, and okay, I still stumble about the whole thing, so
I reassure Piper there's no way she could have known that this was going to be something more than expected.
Yeah, okay. And I just look at Cat here and go, let's get our head into the computers, because that might get my mind off things.
Yep.
And I'll pull Cat here over, and we'll try to go through whatever we can go through, kind of thing.
You could go to Cadkir's station, I guess, and use her.
Yeah, use her. Go to her office and use her equipment.
Yep.
Okay, I'll follow Cat here. I'll follow Cat here, because if I go forward in front of Cat here, I won't know what Cat here's going to look at. Okay, so I'm going to stay behind Cat here. So.
Well, considering they are technically higher rank at the moment, you do let the leader go first.
Yeah, it's more worried about her suggestions with my pants that I'm worried about. So.
Are you worried about her commentary on your outfit choice?
Well, while I was happy with the advertisement, I was a bit concerned about how far that Katya thought I should go, and I felt that I'm still a lady. I can't go that far. So yeah. So anyway, I'll follow Katya into the room and start. Well, and considering the time, we might do that for next week or something.
We can. So. And we'll end the session with a call from Betty to Kyanna.
Yep.
Saying that there is a Captain Diesel downstairs. Well, you said I had to throw it in.
Yes.
Saying his family come to see you.
God.
I'm so glad it's happening to you and not me.
Yeah.
So now we've named the captain who's been talking to you for the last year.
Who's been talking to me?
To
It's
everyone.
our Mandalorian captain.
Ah, okay.
So, and that's why he says family. Because that's his favourite catchphrase.
Okay. I guess, yeah. Do we want to end the session there?
And we'll end the session there with you going.
Okay, okay.
Captain Diesel.
Captain Diesel. Is his name Dom Diesel?
Probably.
Dom Diesel.
Yes.
Dominic Diesel.
Wow.
So, which part of the family is he part of?
He is our direct captain that sent us here. So he is not Vanna's family. He would be working under Vanna's family. They're essentially like the ranking officers of our clan. At least from what I understand.
Yep, that is correct. He is not a member of Varna's personal family, but he is a high-ranking member of the clan.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna have to answer to him next time, and it's gonna be difficult. So there's been some
glad
updates.
that's going to be you.
Right? It's like, so there's some updates to tell you. Okay.
That is going to be lovely to watch.
I'm going to completely fail. It's fine.
If you say anything about you not being able to come to the session, I'm going to find you, pick you up, and bring you here.
Just like you're coming to the session.
I'm not missing out on my
So,
Captain Diesel scene.
so 2 black leather pants and a
Yeah, make sure whatever you guys got during the shopping
Sector
montage are
Ranger
written down.
jacket.
Yeah, I've written down all of the stuff there.
Yeah.
We've got.
What was it? Green, wasn't it? Green colour. Sector Ranger jacket.
One was green, one was blue, and they were both bright and lit up in
Okay,
darkness.
so when are we going to get a? Was it Jason? Was it Statham?
What was his?
Statham?
Jason
Yeah.
Statham?
I'm sure you can have one of them show up next.
Yeah. Are we just
Well, no, I
going
think it's because Ross is one of the only male characters. We need to put a female.
Well, the idea is if you name a character that seems to you can remember, it's a lot easier to have an association with a name you remember.
Yeah.
Because you'll remember Captain Fabio, even though he's only an officer,
Because he's fabulous.
because of the Fabio aspect.
Because he's
Whereas
fabulous.
you'll now remember the Dom Diesel captain because
He's all about
he's all
family.
about family.
Yes.
And by naming characters about things that you'll actually remember, it makes it so much easier to know.
Yep.
And you have far more resonance with them than if it's just some
Whatever
random name that is generated.
Yep, Rando.
Though a droid called Rando would actually be quite interesting.
I would love that.
Yeah, make him a
Rando
protocol droid.
What was that, Ross?
A protocol
Make him a
droid called
protocol
Rando.
droid.
Rando the Protocol Droid. I like it.
That's pretty good.
Martin's probably going to write that down.
Yeah, as long as it's not those Imperial protocol droids. because
Okay,
they're
so
really
Imperial
nasty.
Rando protocol droid. I love it.
We're in so much trouble.
And I'm sure Rossi's smiling in the background at the thought.
Absolutely.
You got to name someone.
And yes, when you do name something, you give it more importance.
That's true.
Yep.
I couldn't find a proper Fabio impression, but it had Nicolas Cage with long hair on it, so on the Facebook page.
I feel like
Oh,
Nicolas Cage with long
is
hair
that
is...
the picture from?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Conair, it's
Conair.
Conair.
Conair, yeah.
Wait, that's the only time I can think of him when he's got long hair.
Yeah.
Do you know on
Is it one of it?
Netflix
There's also
him introducing the origin of the FU word?
Yeah, I want to watch that.
you can also see him with
I've got it on
long
my list
hair
as well.
in The
Oh,
Sorcerer's
I'm
Apprentice.
saving it to watch
Oh
it.
yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't mind that movie.
Okay, so we'll finish it up there for tonight with Don Diesel, Captain, with our Rando protocol droid, and a Nick Cage and Jason Statham to be announced.
Celebrities.
All of these cameos here.
Yep.
Well, you will recognize them each time you see them.
Exactly.
So I will catch you all later. Thank you for playing tonight. You have successfully not killed Piper.
So far. Trying to keep it that way.
I think that's something we're going to try really hard at.
Please, Pop's such a lovely
You're
person.
alive.
She's not drinking anymore. She's trying to do the best thing by everyone.
Yeah.
Trying. I said trying.
We will do our best.
You do know that if you deal straight with the Imperials, they are generally straight people themselves from everything you've dealt with so far.
Okay.
Is that some way suggesting that we should come forward with the fact that Piper did this?
Well, the thing is, if you cover it up, you're going to have to constantly cover it up.
Well, I don't know that we're going to cover it up. We're just going to hand over the person in charge first.
We would. I think the goal here is we have to have all of our evidence before we turn anything in.
Yeah.
So that includes having the person in charge. Should we turn in Piper? That's something we decide at a later date.
Yeah.
It will bite us in the butt if we don't.
If we turn in Piper, it would be with sufficient evidence to get her off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, Thrawn already knows.
That's our assumption with how he has treated us in the past.
Well, the fact that he knows all of us.
He knows everything about us, and now that he's
he's got.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
It's not that hard to go. Oh, this happens to be a trainee bounty hunter. How many trainee bounty hunters are there?
And that he has information on all of us, and we know he did not have anything on Piper, and now that he's specifically asked Piper to be a part of this. He was already throwing up red flags before, but this is throwing up even more.
Yeah.
Kyanna is of the impression that she still has to follow orders, but she is not inherently trusting of Thrawn as she is with other orders.
I get how you got there.
Yeah.
He's fair because he has been playing games with you.
And Kyanna does not like playing games.
Neither do I, so...
Kyanna is straightforward. Do the thing. Done the thing. Good job. Gold star.
I've got those. Here. There's gold stars in the back of my book that Stefan got for me.
Thanks for the game.
All good.
Yeah,
so thank you for playing.
Yep.
And I will see you all in a fortnight. I'll go to end credits and I'll catch you guys later.
See you.
So, be safe for the next fortnight, and I'll see you soon. I'll see some of you tomorrow, some of you Friday, and some of you on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I'll see you later. Bye.